What if I told you that some of the most powerful medicinal plants in the world aren't locked behind pharmaceutical patents? They're quietly growing in forgotten corners of the earth, traded in underground seed networks, whispered about in herbalist circles, and increasingly hunted by people who sense something shifting. Most people don't realize how fragile modern supply chains really are. One drought, one shipping delay, one regulation, and suddenly, the bottle you've relied on for years is gone. But long before climate-controlled warehouses and overnight delivery, families planted medicine in their own soil. They knew which roots were patient, which leaves were relentless, which flowers would outlive them. Tonight, we're uncovering 20 rare medicinal plants now in high demand across the United States. Plants once trusted by indigenous healers, frontier settlers, and homesteaders. Some were pushed aside by modern systems, others nearly harvested to extinction. And a few, especially number 19 and number 20, may completely change the way you think about your backyard. This isn't about trends. It's about resilience. It's about becoming the kind of homeowner who grows. The first plant is legendary among American forest dwellers. American ginseng, Panax quinquefolius. Once so valuable that 18th century traders funded entire expeditions into Appalachian wilderness to harvest it. This slow-growing root became a quiet export powerhouse to Asia. Overharvesting nearly erased it from the wild. Today, wild simulated ginseng commands astonishing prices because mature roots take 5 to 10 years to develop their full potency. It thrives in shaded hardwood forests with rich, well-drained soil. Plant stratified seeds in fall beneath maple or oak canopy. Leave it undisturbed. Be patient. Few plants reward patience like ginseng. It is a long game but a powerful one. Then there's golden seal, Hydrastis canadensis, the golden-rooted understory herb, once common across eastern forests. Indigenous nations used it for wounds and infections. Early American physicians adopted it widely. Then commercial demand surged. Habitat vanished. Now it's considered at risk in many regions. Golden seal prefers partial to full shade, moist, loamy soil, and woodland conditions. Divide rhizomes in early fall. Mulch heavily. It spreads slowly, but steadily. A forgotten forest medicine reclaiming its place. Ashwagandha, Withania somnifera, feels almost out of place on American soil, yet it thrives in dry, neglected garden beds. This ancient adaptogen from India is now one of the most demanded stress support herbs in the U.S. supplement aisles. Cannot keep up. It disappeared from Western gardens simply because pharmaceutical solutions replaced it. But as chronic stress becomes relentless, people are returning to roots. Ashwagandha loves full sun, sandy soil, and minimal watering. Treat it like a tomato cousin. Harvest roots after the first frost. It asks for little. It gives resilience. Rhodiola, Rhodiola rosea, grows where most plants surrender to cold cliffs and Arctic winds. Used for centuries in Scandinavia and Siberia to combat fatigue and mental strain, this succulent-like perennial is surging in demand as modern life pushes cognitive limits. It was overlooked because it thrives in remote alpine environments. Yet with well-drained soil and cooler climates, it can grow in northern U.S. gardens. Plant divisions in spring. Avoid overwatering. It survived the tundra. It will survive your yard. Black cohosh, Actea racemosa, once lined Appalachian hillsides. Cherokee healers respected it deeply. Today, it's widely sought for women's health support, yet wild populations are declining. It prefers partial shade and rich woodland soil. Plant rhizomes in fall. Allow 3 years before harvest. This is not a fast plant. It is deliberate, steady, powerful. Eleuthero, Eleutherococcus senticosus, sometimes called Siberian ginseng, isn't true ginseng at all, but its stamina-enhancing properties made it famous during the Cold War. Russian researchers studied it extensively. Then it faded from American gardens. It grows as a hardy shrub in zones 3 through 8, tolerates cold, and requires little fuss once established. Plant in full sun to partial shade. Prune lightly. A hedge that doubles as resilience. Schisandra, Schisandra chinensis, is known as the 5-flavor berry. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent. A climbing vine treasured in traditional Chinese medicine, now increasingly cultivated by American herbalists. It disappeared simply because few knew how to grow it. It prefers trellised support, partial shade, and moist, well-drained soil. Plant male and female vines for fruit. In 3 to 5 years, deep red clusters appear. A living tonic hanging on your fence line. Moringa, Moringa oleifera, called the miracle tree, grows at astonishing speed in warm climates. Every part is edible or medicinal. Leaves rich in nutrients, seeds purify water. It faded from American awareness because it's tropical, but in southern states, or as a container tree brought indoors, it flourishes. Full sun, excellent drainage, aggressive pruning to manage height. Few plants offer so much from so little. Tulsi, Ocimum tenuiflorum, holy basil, once sacred in Indian courtyards, now filling American tea cabinets. Revered as an adaptogen and immune support herb, it grows easily in summer gardens. It was overlooked because it was mistaken for culinary basil, but its medicinal strength is distinct. Full sun, regular harvesting to encourage bushiness, dry leaves for tea. Simple, powerful. And then there's elderberry, Sambucus nigra, a plant your great-grandparents may have known well. Syrups, wines, remedies. It fell out of favor as pharmaceuticals dominated cold and flu care. Today, demand surges each winter. It grows as a vigorous shrub in full sun to partial shade, tolerates wet soils, and fruits heavily with proper pruning. Plant 2 varieties for pollination. Harvest dark purple clusters in late summer. This is backyard preparedness at its finest. Astragalus, Astragalus membranaceus, is a quiet root gaining loud attention. Used for immune strength in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years, it nearly vanished from Western consciousness. It prefers well-drained soil and full sun. Sow seeds in spring after scarification. Harvest roots after 3 to 4 years. Long-term investment. Long-term strength. Saffron crocus, Crocus sativus, might surprise you. The world's most expensive spice is also medicinal. Mood support. Antioxidant power. Historically prized across Persia and Europe, it disappeared from American homesteads because labor seemed too great. Yet it thrives in dry climates with well-drained soil. Plant corms in late summer. Harvest delicate red stigmas in fall. Tiny threads. Immense value. Marshmallow root, Althea officinalis, once a staple for soothing throats and digestive discomfort, was replaced by synthetic syrups. It loves moist soil and full sun. Harvest roots in the 2nd year. Gentle. Soothing. A reminder that softness can be strength. Spilanthes, Acmella oleracea, known as the toothache plant, produces a flower that creates a tingling numbness when chewed. Indigenous South American communities used it for oral pain. It's gaining popularity in natural dental care. Full sun, regular watering, fast-growing annual, a small plant with electric personality. And then we encounter something nearly mythical. Ghost pipe, Monotropa uniflora, a translucent forest plant used traditionally for nerve discomfort. It cannot be cultivated easily because it depends on specific mycorrhizal fungi. Its rarity fuels demand and reminds us that not everything can be mass-produced. Some medicines belong to wild forests. Respect matters. Sea buckthorn, Hippophae rhamnoides, is a thorny shrub bearing bright orange berries loaded with omega fatty acids, used across Russia and China for skin and immune health. It tolerates poor soil, wind, and drought. Plant male and female shrubs. Full sun. Minimal watering once established. Harsh conditions make it stronger. Guduchi, Tinospora cordifolia, a climbing vine known in Ayurveda as the root of immortality, is increasingly researched for immune support. In warm U.S. climates or greenhouses, it can be trellised easily. It prefers partial sun and consistent moisture. A vine that climbs toward resilience. Yacon, Smelanthus suncifolius, produces sweet tubers rich in prebiotic fiber. Native to the Andes, it thrives in U.S. gardens similar to dahlias. Plant tubers in spring after frost. Harvest in fall. Its sweetness doesn't spike blood sugar the way cane does. Ancient food, modern metabolic relevance. And now we approach the final 3. Kratom, Mitragyna speciosa, controversial and heavily debated, yet undeniably in high demand. Native to Southeast Asia, it grows as a tropical tree. In the U.S., only warm southern zones or greenhouse cultivation allow success. Full sun, rich soil, consistent moisture. Its rising popularity reflects a larger truth. People are searching beyond conventional systems. Number 19 is frankincense, Boswellia sacra. Yes, the same resin traded across ancient deserts, used for inflammation, support, and ritual alike. Climate stress now threatens wild populations. Yet small-scale cultivation experiments are emerging in arid regions like Arizona. It thrives in rocky, well-drained soil and intense sun. A tree that exudes medicine from its bark. Ancient, enduring, sacred. And number 20 may be the most underestimated of all. Hardy aloe, Aloe arborescens. Not the common aloe vera on every windowsill, but a far more potent, cold-tolerant relative used in traditional African medicine. It survives drought,